Hello chat, Dan VR. I see a lot of people recently talking about the new uppercut changes that Agamatsu had pushed in, and as an extension of that, they're talking about heavy weapon and kind of questioning its viability. They're kind of frustrated with the developers. I wanted to shed some light on it, kind of give my hot take as a tester, kind of meet people in the middle, address some of the most common arguments. Number one, I see a lot of people saying that the nerfs are overdone, there's no need for them, and they point towards Chime, that you never see heavy in Chime, and that it just gets completely outclassed, especially in the higher levels, that everybody uses medium and light weapon. Now, I don't doubt that, right? Facts like dick, but what I will say, we don't care. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. The game is being intentionally balanced around ganking. It's what we're doing. It's what the devs want. It's just what's working. There's no changing that. A lot of the combat happens in the overworld. Most people don't like Chime. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's some hidden niche knowledge either. As long as Chime has existed, the majority of people have hated it. They make fun of the people who play it. They say it's unhealthy for the game. That still rings true. The majority of the player base gets their PvP experience during ganking in the overworld. Are there small minority sects of the community that do a ton of Chime? Yes. But the average person isn't really having a lot of fun in Chime or playing it consistently. If they want to go fight people, they will gank in the overworld. Obviously, we want to optimize the game. I say we like I'm a developer. We want the game to be in its most perfect state with ganking as the relative function for PvP. Because not only is that where most people PvP, it also invites the most unique development processes. With ganking, with being in the overworld, you can create the more fun, unique, kind of niche, exciting powers and abilities and things like that. When you get into Chime and it's a strict, controlled 1v1, your design philosophy is a little more limited. So that's just addressing off the bat, Chime is, heavy doesn't work in Chime, and there's no heavy users in the Chime Discord. Well, there are heavy users in the Chime Discord, of course, but I don't give a damn if it doesn't work in Chime. I still feel like Chime should get deleted from the fucking game. So we're focused on the overworld. If it doesn't work in Chime, I don't care. We're focused on what works in the overworld. Say it with me. That's where most people play. So that's where most of the focus on balancing is going to go. Next, honestly, the design philosophy for heavy weapons have always kind of been inconsistent. I mean, naturally, it's a heavy weapon. It's about the same in any video game. You swing slowly, but you do a lot of damage. Well, they add uppercuts, so you have this slow, sluggish weapon that you swing around, you do a ton of damage. Not a lot of combo potential because you're meant to sneak in hits periodically. It's hard to land hits, but they're very powerful. Not a lot of combo potential. You gotta whittle your opponent down over the course of really solid, few far between blows. Well, then they get an uppercut, which is a light weapon attack on no cooldown that guaranteed more or less a guard break and a combo off of it. Kind of broke the design philosophy there. Wasn't fun to fight, hence it getting nerfed. Okay, now uppercuts have a cooldown. Well, it's still a heavy weapon with an essential light attack equipped to it that gives them endless combo potential. So that's when you see the new nerfs coming. Those things start to change. People start to get a little bit upset. Personally, I think, it's too early to tell how this will really affect the game. People have been saying that, they killed heavy for the last 7 nerfs, week after week after week. And heavy weapon is still incredibly viable in the overworld. Say it with me, which is all that we care about. The same people who say that Chime is for inbred losers in their mom's basement will turn around and try to say we need to balance with Chime in mind. No, fuck Chime. I don't care. It's like an SCP containment zone. If we can keep the Chime players in there, and even better, if we can keep them angry, thank the Lord. Moving forward though, right? Heavy has kind of dominated ganking since November. And part of that, and the valid argument here, isn't necessarily that heavy is just the most oppressive OP god stat stick in the game, although it was prior to the nerfs. A lot of it comes down to latency, right? Hitting these uppercuts and hitting these M1s, doing these massive amounts of damage. It feels like you're getting quick dropped and you're like, oh my god, where'd my health go? A lot of that's because of lag, right? You're not able to actually react to a lot of these heavy weapon attacks, where in Chime, it's far less laggy. That's why it underperforms, as people are saying, because you're not lagging. You can actually see what's happening and react to it. So that is something where I concede I feel as though heavy weapons will never be balanced until we reach a more optimized state in the game's life cycle, just because it is the one weapon type that benefits so strongly from the game lagging. Light weapons, kind of, right? It's hard to parry light weapons when they really start getting going. But, you know, they're like hitting you with the fucking foam Hulk fists. Heavy, you know, it's like 4 in a row and you're dead. Also, right, the point that I don't think people want to hear, the truth behind the lies. Whoa, heavy feels like shit, and they're nerfing it, and they're doing all these changes. What are they thinking? Verse 2 was never meant to last this long, right? These combat changes and all the things they added in Verse 2 was never meant to last this long. A lot of the problems you're seeing with heavy, it's a combination of people fully mastering the combat on heavy, and that's sort of colliding with the balancing of the game, because it's almost unbalanceable, right? If I go 100 heavy weapon and 6 proficiency, no matter what you do, no matter how you nerf it, my M1s are still going to do a full bar of damage to anybody I encounter. There's literally nothing you can do about that besides lower the damage. Well, now heavy might as well not exist, because now you've put it in class with medium damage-wise, but medium outswings it, has better shaky block, so on and so forth. A lot of these problems will be addressed once the weapon rework happens. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for a Raguzer. I mean, there's a reason why heavy weapons are first in the weapon rework cycle. They need the most care. They have the most problems. Whenever Curse Gear releases and Rag comes back, I'm almost like chuckling thinking about that now, or saying that now. Whenever Layer 3 happens, ideally these problems will be resolved, and it'll be a more distinct weapon class. You won't have to nerf these blanket nerfs that just crush the weapon type, because it'll have its own strengths and weaknesses that are far more defined within the meta, and that makes it easier for the developers to come in and balance and make changes and tweaks and so on and so forth. But for the time being, unfortunately, heavy is probably going to maintain this nerfed uppercut, just because, again, most people gank, and if you're in a laggy gank, and I'm on a fucking, who even knows, right? An Evan Spear hand axe back in the day, or now if I'm on a Master's hand axe, and if you're lagging, I'm going to take your ass in literally 4 M1s. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not fun. It'll be resolved eventually. Just stay strong, chat. Stay strong and stay hopeful. Trust in Agamatsu. He'll figure it out. Probably.